All right, today we're going to dive into a technology that has pretty quietly woven itself into almost everything we do. It's created a world that's more connected than we could have ever imagined. We're talking about the Internet of Things, or IoT. So what is it really? Well, think of it as this giant network of physical objects. Everything from the smartwatch on your wrist to sensors on a factory floor that have tech built into them so they can connect and swap data over the internet. So let's start with a really big question. Just how connected is our world anyway? I mean, it's easy to think about our phones and our laptops, but the reality is so much bigger than that. The actual scale of this network is, well, it's pretty mind-boggling. Okay, let's start with a number we can all wrap our heads around. There are roughly 7.8 billion people on planet Earth. That's us. It's a huge number for sure, but it's a human number. Now get ready for this. By 2020, there were an estimated 30 billion devices connected to the internet. That's almost 4 devices for every single man, woman, and child on the planet. We are officially outnumbered by our own gadgets. And that brings us to our first major point. We are now living on a planet of devices where the digital connections are far more numerous than the human ones. Let's dig into what that actually means. Now, here's the most important part to understand. This isn't some far-off prediction for the future. This shift, it's already happened. We blew past that milestone back in 2020, and it has completely changed our technological world. And you know, a huge part of this explosion is coming from the things we use every day. Projections for that 2020 benchmark suggested that nearly 5 billion of these devices would be consumer gadgets. You know, things like smartwatches, smart speakers, and all those connected home appliances. To really bring it home, think about the number 6.5. In 2020, that was the average number of connected devices for every single person in developed countries. So just for a second, how many are you using right now? Your phone, your watch, your laptop, maybe a smart TV? Yeah, they add up faster than you think. And what's absolutely wild is just how early this all starts. A staggering 44% of children under the age of 1 are already using smart devices. This isn't just tech for adults anymore. It's being integrated into our lives from the very beginning. Okay, so we've seen these incredible, almost abstract numbers, but where does all this tech actually show up? Let's move on and take a look at how the Internet of Things is already changing the world we live in right now. Now, while your smart speaker might be the first thing that pops into your head, the real revolution is happening in some major industries. We're talking about sectors like healthcare, manufacturing, and even agriculture getting a complete overhaul thanks to this connectivity. Let's start with healthcare, because the impact here is just profound. In medicine, the Internet of Things is quickly moving from being a nice-to-have convenience to an absolutely life-saving tool. Get this, by 2023, it was predicted that there would be 1.4 million connected pacemakers in use. These aren't just regular pacemakers. They can send real-time data straight to doctors, helping them spot problems before they become critical. I mean, this is literally connectivity with a heartbeat. And of course, IoT is a huge part of our everyday lives too. It's in the devices we wear on our wrists and the smart appliances we have in our kitchens, all of them tracking our health and our habits. Just think about Fitbit. All the way back in 2017, they sold 15 million exercise trackers in 1 year. That's 15 million tiny data collectors on people's wrists, monitoring steps, sleep, heart rates, creating this massive real-time picture of public health. And, you know, it definitely raises one of the biggest questions of our time. Who actually owns all that personal data? So all these devices, from life-saving pacemakers to fitness trackers, they do more than just connect us. They're fueling an incredibly powerful economic engine. So let's follow the money and look at the financial side of the IoT. You see, the real value of IoT isn't just in the gadgets themselves. It's in the brand new economy that's being created by all of this interconnected data. And the ripple effect is just reshaping global finance. So just how big is this new economy? According to a prediction from Accenture, the IoT sector is on track to add an incredible $14.2 trillion to the world economy by 2030. That's not just another industry, that's a massive economic force. So how does this value even get created? Well, it's a pretty straightforward but powerful process. First, you have billions of devices creating just enormous amounts of data.
Second, all that data needs a skilled workforce. We're talking data scientists, cybersecurity experts, engineers to manage it, analyze it, and keep the whole complex system running.
And all of this leads us to our final and maybe the most important question. In the middle of this huge technological and economic shift, where do we, as people, fit in? What's the human opportunity in all of this?
The opportunity is, well, it's enormous. Even back in 2020, the global demand for jobs related to IoT was estimated at 4.5 million. This isn't some tiny niche for a few tech geniuses. It's a huge and growing job market that is hungry for talent. So the takeaway here is pretty clear, and it really is a powerful call to action. With so much change and so much opportunity on the table, the message is simple. Get smart and get set to be IoT ready.
We'll leave you with this one last thought. We're watching one of the biggest technological shifts in human history as our entire world becomes one single, huge, interconnected network. The world is connecting. The only question left is, are you?